Chapter 2, Day 1, First Floor. A real game. Once it reaches 0, you are automatically out. What is out? I muttered to myself, but the letter didn't appear with an answer. Either way, I didn't intend to walk down the stairs barehanded. I picked up a knife near the sink, but when I tried to bring it down the stair with me, swish. As soon as I stepped back on the stairs, the knife flew out of my hand. You can't carry items that aren't in your inventory. Everyday things that the explorer carries, such as clothing, jewelry, are accepted. I understood. Okay, then what about my phone? I wouldn't be able to make any calls, but a like would be helpful. I swallowed my fears and headed to the stairs. I had been worried about falling, but it was baseless. After the third step, my vision became dark, and the next moment, I was at the bottom of the stairs. First floor. Arrived. A cave appeared in front of me. It had stalactites like the one commonly seen in nature documentaries. However, the tunnel had a regular width. I looked back at the stair with surprise as I wondered how much I had skipped. There was no end to the stair leading upward. You are not allowed to step on the stairs again. If your feet touch the stair, you are out. Okay, I understand. I shrugged, but half of this was bravado. Then I started walking in the direction of the cave. Before I walked 100 steps, I noticed something strange. There was no light in the cave. In fact, I was in complete darkness. However, I was able to identify what was in front of me. 4 meters or 5 meters. A certain range around me was illuminated like a spotlight was focused on me. Once I moved my foot, the part I stepped to brightness accordingly. The boundary between the bright area and the dark part seemed to be drawn with a ruler. I was staring at it when more words appeared. Current floor visibility is normal, field of vision 4.5 meters. This can be expanded with a related talent or object. What is the concept of vision? The fact that I could see more than a few meters in front of me was quite burdensome. I was a fork in the road. I'd come to a cross-shaped crossroad. There was a fork in the road. I'd come to a cross-shaped crossroad with trees. Direction: straight, left, or right. This is bad. This was a dungeon, and it would be a problem if the structure was a maze. The key was the limited field of vision. If everything was visible, when it wouldn't be difficult to return to the crossroad again. The stairs that I had come down were still visible in the distance. However, it was likely to be very confusing if I could only see a few meters around me. I pulled out my cell phone. I hadn't been thinking about making a map in my head. People weren't smart and precise creatures. There was a bit of uncertainty, so I wanted to have a few regrets as possible. I hadn't lived long, but it was a lesson I had deeply ingrained in my mind. People call didn't work, but the touchpad app was fine. I recorded a brief direction with my finger, then talent had been acquired. Talent: cartography, ability to create and read map according to the rank, spatial perception ability, and descriptive power. Memory and visualization ability have slightly increased. Curiosity, it is level 1. Benefit will open at level 5. Talent acquisition, I was distinctly different from the meaning of talent that I knew. It is possible to open talent through specific act and experience in the dungeon. Repeating it will give the experience cause the rank to rise. The talent acquired were here will also be applied to in reality. The innate and acquired qualities that the explorer is born with will be forcibly changed. The word who disappeared and small letters floated above the rank holding his phone. Cartography, level 1.2 on 100. This was probably I turned right at the intersection and added it to the map. The change came immediately. Cartography 1.4 on 100. No matter how busy, I was still a teenager who lived in South Korea in the 20th century. The leisure activity that I enjoyed were playing soccer, and video games. I guess that the 4 on 100 was experience. It was the experience acquired for level 2, and at level 2 the talent will grow like the word said. The ability to read and draw maps, spatial perception, descriptive abilities, and a little bit of memory and visualization. I could feel it, actually, already. My overall dexterity was bad. Drawing a line on a piece of paper would make it crooked, let alone doing it on a cell phone, but it was different now. The line was noticeably neater compared to before the word had appeared. There was almost no shaking in the strokes. Wow! A sound of admiration popped out. This was the cartography talent. Drawing aloud on my cell phone wasn't that important. It was just important that I could feel a change. There was nothing particularly good about drawing on a map. Spatial perception and descriptive abilities, I couldn't feel any change right now. However, it was a different story for memory and visualization, even with the slightly attached to it. My heart jumped. The changes were permanent. A changes in ability that was meaningful enough for me to notice. Besides, this was just the effect of level 1. I'd walked a few steps and it was already 4 on 100. I didn't seem like it would be very difficult to fill up the remaining 96 points. I continued to add to the map on the screen as I walked. 8 on 100, 50 on 100, 24 on 100. The map was useful. I encountered a few dead ends as well as the overlapping intersections several times, but I never got lost. Even though I had the map, I was confusing whether or not that I was seeing matched with the map. However, I stayed calm and made the right adjustment. This was probably due to increased spatial perception ability. The level of a talent has risen. Cartography level 1 on to level 2. Related abilities have increased. Cartography level 2.2 on 200. Here, there was a feeling of accomplishment. I've checked the map that I had drawn so far. The structure of the cave was indeed a maze. Overall, it had a rectangular shape, and there was one part that I hadn't visited yet. I had a thought that I headed there. Something was strange. My dungeon, if so, then something should be emerged, whether it was a monster or a treasure box. In fact, I was hoping for the latter. If I left the maze without finding anything, as soon as I had what I thought, I reached the last part of the maze. It was a dead end with a staircase leading down. The stairway underneath the square hall looked like the one in my room. In front of it was a square box. Wooden box, there seemed to be no lock. It is possible to smash it. It says the box could be smashed. Then later appear above the stairs behind the box. Stairs lead to the second floor. The moment you step your foot on it, the current floor exploitation is over you and you will return from the dungeon. The next night and midnight you will start on the floor at the bottom of the stairs. So it was fixed to 1 floor per day, but the real point was the next word. Changed in the following floor. Dungeon space has been expanded. You can encounter +1 explorer. Monster below, E rank will emerge. Monsters, I trembled at that word, but the part before it was more surprising. It meant that I could encounter another explorer like me. If that was the case, did the next floor require some type of cooperative play, or it was a competition? I stopped thinking about it. They weren't directly in front of me, and I had an object to focus on, the box. Gulp. I gulped and pushed open the top of the box. The interior of the box was dark. It was completely black, void that showed nothing. I put my hand inside the box. In many ways, it was a rash choice. Ching! There was a sound of mechanics that actuated. I felt a cold sensation of my waist. Pain. My wrist has been neatly cut off by the top part of the box. Wah! A huge pain overwhelmed me and I fell down on my butt. I looked at my HP bar and I saw it had been reduced by 1/4. Current balance 96 on 90 on 121. A bleeding state will decrease by 2 every minute. Pain was followed by tears. I lost my hand. The fear of living the rest of my life as a disabled person steamrolled through my mind. I couldn't believe it was looking down at the bloody stump of my arm. It was a surreal sight as letter rose above the blood. Commands wounds suffered in the dungeon will be cured by cleaning the floor. By clearing the floor. In other words, my hand would return normal if I headed down the stairs. I felt relieved and immediately stepped towards the stairs. I wanted to escape. The pain of my body being cut was real. I didn't want to feel like it for one more minute, but I stopped right in front of the stairs. My body was telling me not to go. Don't hesitate to go down quickly, but at the same time my head was speaking. It was strange. The box was 3 steps away from the stairs. Don't think about it. Go down straight away. No, don't think about it. Wouldn't the trap be useless if I placed 3 steps before the step? It was like it was trying to send me a message. Pain, then quickly don't go down. Down. There must be something. If I got down, then something would happen. I thought about earlier, but the moment that I received cartography, I once again looked at my HP bar. Current balance 94 on 90 on 121. A bleeding state had be decreased by 2 every minute. People wouldn't die just from having their wrist cut off. I stepped back from the stair instead, grabbed my cut off wrist, and leaned it again. A cave wall. Kaduk. I gritted my teeth. It was familiar to enduring things. The few things I gained in my life has been throughout struggling when the letter appeared in front of my eyes. Talent has been acquired. End of chapter 2.